everybody, it's Patricia and welcome back to my channel. It's time for our Chatty Get Ready With Me, and this one kind of has a theme. What I'm going to do is mix makeup. This is what I do when I have products that just aren't working for me alone. I might mix them with something else. Now I'm not mixing everything, but a lot of this is going to be mixed. So what I've done, I've already done my skincare and put my primer on. So let's get started with our foundation. First, I'm going to use my Kevyn Aucoin. This is the foundation balm. My color is medium FB06. I think it's a little light for me. And I'm having a hard time with this balm foundation. I don't like it on its own. I have tried all kinds of ways to get this to work, and I've got a little bit used, but I'm going to mix it today. So I'm just going to put it all over. It's a really full coverage foundation, and it can be thick, so I spread it out a lot with the brush. It's about the same shade as my skin. I think it probably would be a good shade match if I could just like it when I have it on. Looks great on camera and in pictures. I don't know. In the viewfinder it looks a little light, but in person it's pretty full coverage. So if you were going to go have portraits done or something like that, then yeah, this would be okay. And I probably would like it more if it was more my shade. I think it is just a tad too light, but there we go. That's all I'm putting on. Now, I'm going over top of it because this one's a balm. I don't really have any other balm foundations, so I'm going to go ahead and use the one I am working on in my project pan, and this one's liquid. Now, I did mix this with another liquid foundation, and it did good. It did really good, so I'm going to give this one a shot. And this one is just too dark for me, so I think if we mix the two, it might look pretty good. I'm trying not to get it on my hand. Okay, not bad. I am not opposed to that. I think it looks pretty good up close. In my viewfinder, it still looks a little light, but that's okay because I'm going to put a lot of stuff on, so I think it's okay. I think it's an okay match. I've been wearing dark foundations anyway, so yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Now on to concealer. I'm going to use my Tarte in medium, which my Shape Tape is my favorite concealer. It's just this doesn't brighten under my eyes. If I had breakouts, it would be perfect to cover it because this is the shade that matches my skin. And then I have this Age Rewind. I don't like the consistency of this, but the shade is perfect for me. So I'm going to mix the two. Okay, there's that one. Now I'm going to put some medium Shape Tape on here. Okay, now I'm going to set it with my powder. You could easily mix powders. I'm not doing that today. If I mixed everything, this would be a long video. As it is, I think I'm going to fast forward a lot of parts. So I'm not talking so much when I'm applying a lot of, like my foundation. So I can just speed right through it. So you won't be sitting here forever watching me do this. Now, one problem I see with the Kevyn Aucoin foundation is I feel like it's just sitting on top of my skin. So, yeah, I wouldn't purchase it again. It is a regret. I do have, because it's expensive. I should have waited and listened for and watched reviews, but I didn't. I wanted it. I bought it. I learned a lesson. Okay, time for my contour, and I'm not mixing that. You guys know I have my favorite contour shades. I use the darker one under my chin to help give me the illusion that I don't have a double chin, even though I do. There we go. Then I use a different shade, one not as dark, and cut out my cheekbones. There we go. And then, the same one, I go down the side of my nose. And that's where, if you contour, the nose is personal, and so is the forehead. It depends on your face shape. I normally don't contour my forehead. I think my forehead's a pretty good shape. But my nose, I feel, is larger on the end than it is skinnier up here. And I think my nose is crooked. Do you see how it's kind of crooked a little bit? So I tried to make it look a little straighter. My sister Teresa has the same nose. We have the same nose. Must have got it from our dad. I mean, it's not a bad nose. I mean, I'm just nitpicking. But we all do. We all nitpick, don't we, about our features. So, I'm just nitpicking. Now, I started to do double brow, like use a pencil and then go over it with my brow gel, and I thought, again, that would make the video much longer, and I'm trying to make them not so long, so I'm just going to do the pencil. I am lucky I don't have very unruly eyebrow hairs. They pretty much stay in place. I mainly have to do this because I have a lot of gray. But the brow gel is great for covering up the grays. But I think the pencil makes it a little more polished, I guess. Sometimes I use both, but most of the time I just do the pencil. If I'm just doing a quick makeup, I'll just do the brow gel. It's quicker than the pencil. If I gotta look good, like now, get that done. Alright. Put my eyeshadow primer on. And if you see the tips of my nails, my nail polish is chipped. I have been sewing, guys. I made some masks for the family. Showed a picture on Facebook. People started asking, are you selling them? And I'm like, am I selling them? Yeah, I guess so. I sold out of every one I made, and I gave away to my family, and I gave a couple to my neighbor because she gave me some elastic. We traded. I made a total of, I think, around 20, and I gave away, now I made more than that because I gave away, or we kept 10. I sold more than 10, I'm sure. I know I sold more than 10. I made a lot of masks. I was out of elastic. I have a little bit more of elastic, I found. And my father-in-law cut open a bungee cord for me, and I'm going to try to use that somehow. It's not ideal. And I did order some elastic from Amazon, and it shipped, and it said it wasn't supposed to be here till like the 17th, so fingers crossed it gets here sooner. Okay, enough about that. Back to makeup. I'm gonna mix palettes now, and I am trying to look on the bright side of what's going on this can bring us down, and I am refusing to let this bring me down. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to do anything to pep me up, and bright eyeshadow right now is going to pep me up. So I've chosen the neon orange from Huda. Beautiful, but I could do a complete look with this, but I wouldn't be happy with it. So I'm mixing it with the palette I am panning, which is this Tartelette in Bloom. And I'm not going to show it to you because I'm just showing it on my panning videos. But you know what this looks like. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the lightest shade in the Tartelette palette, which is Charmed. And I'm going to put that all over from the crease up, not down on the lid. I'm just setting the crease area so my shadows will blend much nicer. So this palette is taking me a while to pan. I'm glad I gave myself a goal of panning just 6 shades and not using it entirely up, because I won't be able to use this palette up. I don't put on makeup every day, but I've been trying to put it on more than usual, and I'm still having a hard time panning this palette. Alright, now I'm going to go into a color called Smarty Pants, which is a light tan, and that's the one I'm really trying to pan right now. That's my goal is. I'm going to put that in my transition. There we go. Pretty good. Now, I don't know if I'm done with that palette or not, but we're going to move over to the neon palette. What do I feel like today? I have all different colors in my shirt. I have flowers on. I'm going to start off with this one up here. It's a red, maybe an orangey red. Yeah, it's orangey red. Wipe that on my leg and I'll wash it off later. Now these will stain because they are pigments. Let me grab a brush. Now I am going to put this on my outer V and into my crease. Sorry guys, I turned the fan up. I hope it's not too loud. There. I am burning up. It's hot. I have yet to turn the air on. And it's a bit warm today. Trying to keep the electric bill down. I know all you guys are with me on that one right now. That is not as pigmented as I thought it would be, but it is still good. I'm happy. I'm going to take that same brush and layer this hot pink over this and see how it works. That's good. I'm trying to keep the color mainly on the outer and not the inner, because I want that original transition shade to still shine through. I'm going to clean up the edges of this one when I'm done. I'm going to take my little detail brush and I'm going to go into that original, the red one I first used. I'm going to line under my eyes, just the outer portion. I'm going to go in with this yellow on a flat brush and I'm going to put it on my lid. That off, and then I'm going to go in with this shimmer shade that's like a lime green, and I'm going over that. This is more of a topper, so that's why I put the yellow underneath so we can see it really good. Ooh. Wow, wow, wow. I am going to go into my original Tartelette in Bloom palette, and I'm going to work in my crease a little. I'm going to go into a dark burgundy called Leader, and I'm going to work that in my crease. I need a little dark to make that lid pop. So now I am going to clean up my sides a little. I'm going to take this and clean up the sides of my eyes. I'm going to take my damp beauty blender and blend that. And then we'll take some powder. And set that. There we go. Now I'm going into my Tartelette in Bloom palette, and I'm going to take a liner brush. Mine happens to be a MAC number 22, and I'm going into this darkest shade. It's really like a dark brown. It's not a black, but I'm going to use that and line my upper lid with shadow. I think that helps. That helps. Okay, now I'm going to take my little detail brush, clean it out good. I'm going to go into this light colored shimmer I have in my Tartelette palette. It's called Funny Girl. We'll get that on my brush. I'm going in the inner corner here. And I'll try to get it right in the center. I might need a finger. Yeah, finger does best. Lighten that up. Let's just kind of take a brush and blend that around a little bit. Not my favorite look. It's probably my least favorite look I've ever done, but we're going to go with it. Now, mascara. I brought 2 to layer, but I don't think I'm going to do that today. I was going to do purple, but I don't think this warrants a purple mascara. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my mascara on. I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to put my bronzer on. You could layer bronzer if you wanted. I'm not going to. Just going to use one. On my forehead. There we go. Now, blush. I brought in this Lovecraft palette, and it has 3 shades, and I'm going to mix the shades. I'm going to take my brush and I think I'm going to mix these 2 shades together. And what I'm just going to do is dip in both. And then put it on my cheeks. That's it. Now, I only brought 1 highlighter. Definitely you can mix highlighters. And I'm sure you've probably done that before. But I'm just going to use 1. This is the Makeup Revolution Golden Lights. I'm going to put that on. Now, lips. I am going to mix lips. And this is where I mix foundations all the time and I mix lips all the time. That's one of my favorite things to do. When you have a lipstick that you're not absolutely in love with, mix it with another one. You'll probably like it. So I'm not absolutely in love with this formulation of this Jeffree Star lipstick. This is Ex-Supermodel, but it's also a bit Barbie pink. So I'm going to put this on first. If I was doing a 60s look or something, this would work. Look at these. Yeah. This is not a shade I can wear by itself. So I pulled out Park Avenue Princess by Tarte, and I'm going to go over the entire lip with it. Okay. Well, that didn't do much for it, but make it feel softer. Not my favorite look at all. My least favorite look ever. And I was hoping it would turn out good. But there it is. I look like I was 60s. Oh well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe. Questions or comments, leave them down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.